Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project and Magnetic Reversal News, bringing you a magnetic excursion update Sunday, February 23rd, around 6:30 p.m. Mountain Time 2025. An Impulsive X2.0 solar flare as a sunspot region turns around the limb, and we've got heavy snow in the Northeast collapsing 26 buildings in New York County. Keep calm. It's boom time. And we have flood warnings issued. Yes, indeed, flood alerts are in effect across portions of Washington and Oregon as the region gets slammed by rounds of heavy rain, strong winds, and mountain snow from an atmospheric river storm impacting the region through Wednesday. So this will continue. Snow plows clear a wall of snow in Oswego County in New York. A lake effect snowstorm dumped feet of snow across Oswego County, New York last week. Department of Transportation crews in central New York were busy clearing walls of snow like this to make way for cars and, well, for more snow. And more snow is the last thing they need. Residents were told to call 911 if they believed their homes were at risk of collapsing. Heavy snow in that region has led to 26 buildings collapsing after lake effect snowstorm wreaks havoc in New York. My goodness, let's take a look at some of the drone footage of these collapsed roofs. Look at that. So it's not like it doesn't snow 4, 5, 6 feet in these regions. What happened was this was particularly wet and heavy snow that weighed much, much more than ever before, which is why you get the roofs collapsing there. So bad situation as more snow is on the way. And this has carried very deep snow, feet of snow that fell across central New York, causing more than 24 homes and businesses to collapse under its weight. The storm began on Valentine's Day and did not let up until February 19th, piling up feet of snow on rooftops. 79 inches in Palermo, 55 inches in Minetto. Oswego had 20 inches. Oswego County officials said 26 structures had collapsed under the weight of the snow. And it's been snowing nearly nonstop in Gaylord, Michigan since November. And when you see the numbers here, it's insane. Since November 20th, the National Weather Service office reported on X Thursday morning that the area has seen observable snow 86 of the last 93 days. That is a winter wonderland. And speaking of winter wonderland, avalanches in the western U.S. are claiming more lives in recent weeks, including a weekend death in Colorado. Now, down here in the south, we are in a deficit, but northern Colorado, not so much. Take a look at the snowfall over the last 48 hours. As of 6 a.m. this morning, you can see the heaviest snow is that atmospheric river, the Northern Cascades. Some areas picking up 3 feet there. And that's as of 6 a.m. That snow continued all day and will continue through Wednesday. Lake effect regions continuous snow in the Northeast here. And we'll just go 72 hours out, and you can see some areas with 2 feet or more there of lake effect. And here's the full forecast. Strong winds and heavy precipitation for the Northwest U.S., rain and storms across the Gulf Coast and Florida. An atmospheric river event continues for the Pacific Northwest into the Northern Rockies with heavy precipitation and strong winds expected through Tuesday, which will be your lose day. Another storm system was tracking along the Gulf Coast and will cross the Florida Peninsula through Monday with occasional heavy rain and thunderstorms. Meanwhile, for Guam, all of our Guam listeners, strong winds and low humidity values may increase the fire risk. So, watch yourself in Guam. Here we can see the current position of that atmospheric river. The little southern disturbance here along the Gulf that will bring heavy rain to South Florida, maybe up to inches an hour, cause flooding there. Some areas will see over 4 inches from this event, even in Louisiana. And that atmospheric river will continue to develop and pump heavy mountain snow for the high elevations through Wednesday. A pretty quiet pattern here till later in the week, Thursday, where that's storm affecting the west then hits the east here. And March is looking very stormy, storm after storm after storm developing. Let's take a look at the total snowfall anticipated in the near future and take a look through mid-March, the totals there. For the West, the North, and the Northeast. Look at that. Let's move it through. Here is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, basically the end of the atmospheric river, maybe 18 inches or more, 4 feet or more for the Cascades by the end of the storm. Snow in the Northeast through the week here, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's going to be totals for the Northeast and a little clipper here coming down through the Great Lakes. That brings us through March 2nd. After that, the models are way off, but it is showing a very snowy pattern for our spring. Ding, ding. Seismic update. Oh, we just had a big rumbler in Ethiopia as that new ocean rips apart Africa. That will take a while, probably not in our lifetimes. But nonetheless, a 5.3 in Azbe Teferi, Ethiopia. Take a look at the U.S. here on the map. Absolute blank. Very rare are there no quakes above 2.5 magnitude in a 24-hour period. Holy macaroni, what is going on? It's getting very quiet, and that should be very worrying. Or maybe not. But we do have coronal holes about to face Earth, and that could lead to some large earthquakes. We'll get to that in a moment. The good news is that the earthquake swarm at Bardabunga that began yesterday has ended with no eruption, but we'll keep a close eye on it for you. The Santorini seismic swarm continues to wane day after day and appears to be coming to an end after it peaked back in the beginning of February. And we do have some volcanoes to report on today. Erupting Raventador to 14,000 feet. White Island to 5,000. Dukono to 8,000. Ibu to 6,000. Semadu to 15,000. Liwatobi to 10,000. Raventador to 14,000. White Island to 5,000. Santaguito 14,000. Merapi on the list. Puffing and passing. Nevado de Ruiz to 21,000 foot today. Dukono to 8. Ibu on the list. Popo to 21,000. Swanos Hima, 5,000 foot blast. Wrapping up the worldwide volcano news for the day. And that brings us over to space weather. Those are the coronal holes. We'll be facing Earth in a few days and be geo-effective a few days later when those plasma streams reach us. Some sunspots on the disk, all pretty small. And this large impulsive X flare came from a region that is now turning around the limb, 4001. There you can see that X flare, X2.0. Not going to cause any geomagnetic storming at Earth. If there was any CME from the event, it would have been pushed far off and away from us. Ladies and gentlemen, do us a favor and come over and support us on Rumble. We've got 2 channels, Oppenheimer Ranch Project on Rumble and Magnetic Reversal News on Rumble. Please support us on Magnetic Reversal News and check out our latest upload, Chelyabinsk and Tunguska airburst events, firsthand accounts. It's a pretty cool show. So if you've got an hour and you want to check it out, check it out. And that's a boom to knowledge. Please share the video, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and do all those YouTube-y things. We love each and every one of you. Be safe, and that's a boom.